This is a screenshot of, a tier list me and Moonlighter did, along with, a bit of help from Ent and Baki and a viewership from Xi. But I recently published a video about this, and it's a bit long, so here's like a little short explanation-ish video during the creation. So yeah, hope you enjoy the short version. It sucks. Slowdrip's health regeneration is huge. It's honestly really good, and in fact, me and Moonlighter debated if, it should really be just an overall game mechanic, and honestly, we both agreed that it should. Epinephrine giving you speed 24/7 is basically like being Octane from Apex Legends, or being on drugs the entire match, like stimming yourself. So, a mini stim serum always on you, that's amazing. Nico's health exchange, in exchange for, an extra slot, is in fact one of the biggest advantages you can ever get. It can make your combo better, meds, and carrying and stuff. So yeah, really strong. Scrappy, which is one of the, it's such a toxic perk-ish. I mean, a lot of people hate it, and reason being is someone can literally be humping your ass the entire time or run away from you humping their ass. And what I mean by that is they can run away really efficiently, and they can kill you really efficiently with this perk because it's a monkey. The overall health gain from bedside is pretty tremendous from just healing other people. And in fact, all you need is just the slightest bit of helping from others. So honestly, pretty good. All I can say is ballistic plating tremendously increases your tankiness from specific items like the mortar or the Molotov or the Shiv, early game damage and all that. Shock Therapy's health gain is kind of why it's up here with Slowdrip. You gain extra max health while also healing health. It's kind of like a mini Slowdrip, but has its advantages with the max health. Ninja and that speed buff isn't really ninja-like because you are literally being spotted the entire time, but you are quite a pursuer or a runner. Pretty neat. Nano Weave Vest not as high as Ballistic Plating, even though they kinda do similar effects, because Nano Weave Vest is mainly for the high damaging items, and early game damage and starting item damage is, a really big cause of damage. So that's why Ballistic Plating's a bit higher. Not too much, not a big gap. Robust extra max health gives you anti-burst and a really good combat advantage. Pretty neat. Second Wind, better in the anti-burst, is less sustainable than Robust, and in fact, when you lose it, it's gone. But the fact that it's right next to Robust is because Second Wind can block an entire hit that would otherwise be lethal, even if you were going Robust. But Robust, you can heal the damage. Remote diagnostics and your information gain is pretty high. You can find someone and know exactly who it is if you witness them go low health or have seen them before, and can also be used to witness transformations. The extra information gained from this perk is pretty high for such easy conditions of just being low health, which sadly happens a lot. Bulletproof Vest, oddly lower than Robust and Second Wind, is this low because it is shield, therefore you lose it and it's gone, and it takes up a slot. Although you can still punch, the punch is a bit worse. Lightweight contains speed, which it's not too much of unconditional speed, where you can run away, increasing survivability, and actually can get someone killed if you drop an item and chase someone with a wrench. You'll eventually catch them with that 5% bonus movement speed. Pack Tactics, of perk where if you're near people, you'll go faster. It's neat because it doesn't require having less inventory slots like lightweight, but it's lower because the speed bonus is so insignificant. Battle Axe, our very first perk that involves increasing damage, is honestly really good because you can get a lot more damage with the axe. In fact, you could do more combos that involve one-shotting with this axe perk, and it's very common. The fact that you use your abilities so often makes Espresso so much more useful. And most of the character abilities are 20 seconds, so every time you use it, getting rid of 5. But if you have a high cooldown, you're getting rid of like 12.25 and all that. Honestly, it's really neat. I say that with every perk, oh my god. Flanking is the first unconditional perk that involves having a certain weapon. In fact, now this one revolves around players, and the damage gain of 5% per player is really, really high. Good damage. Cybernetics with less conditions than flanking allows better for 1v1s, which sometimes can be rare. Oh my god, what the hell? How is lean build at B? How could this ever happen? So, basically, lean build may get rid of 20% of your health, making you basically one-shot to most combos. But overall, the speed gain is really nice, and the fact that it's unconditional speed gain besides the loss of your health is neat. It's like, okay, stop saying neat. And also that, the reason why it's so hard to use is because what me and Moonlighter say is, you have to adapt a new playstyle. Fuel cell, you can charge stuff early. Like, you can charge that sledge as soon as you get it, or the sniper as soon as you get it, or the starting item when you need it. Heavy wrench's damage increase can do a lot, like, it's just more damage. Damage is damage. Status shield has its opportunities where it can save you, and sometimes you don't even use it in a match, so, you know, has its bads and goods. Ship shape, you can do so much more, but you need to be full health, so that full health condition's a bit tough to meet. Although the toxic part of Toxic Knife doesn't really apply, it does more damage, and for a knife, damage is damage, honestly. It's not the best, not the worst. Revenge's damage increase is quite nice. However, you can get bursted before that even happens, and, you know, the conditions of being at half health are pretty risky. However, that damage increase can turn around fights. Nano Serum's extra health gain can be pretty high. I mean, like, honestly, like, the 20 healing you get from bandages is increased by like 5 or something like that. Yeah, honestly, 5 is more than you think when it comes to healing. Enhanced alloys, you know, your shields are more tankier and shields are all around the map. However, shields are not permanent, so dropped tremendously. Also, if you don't run bulletproof vest with this, you are pretty interesting. Advanced optics used to be so good. Now it's good if you have the setting of reduced crisis vision turned off. But, you know, still can be useful during, you know, non-crisis. Symbiotic Expert doesn't really help that much and doesn't have its opportunities. It's just, it's working, but you don't know it's working, and it's useful, but you don't see it being useful, and all that. It's just a weird, lame perk. Honestly, so trash. Overdrive. You get a speed boost when you do a generator. Can do a lot, can do a little. Imagine a perk where you gain damage when aliens are nearby and it's only consistently useful during like the end of the game. Honestly, I wouldn't run that perk unless if, you know, my friend Baki was in the lobby, or if I wanted to do that alien hunter strategy and bring traps and hide in the corner and stall the game and Channeler is only useful if you go use your ability and run, but if you're consistently fighting the enemy, then just don't even run this perk. Considering you probably miss your Sorrel shots, especially on aliens because of their high speed, so don't even try this. And plus, when are you ever gonna find an alien and then use his ability with great significance? Tell me. I love critical failure, but the opponent can just decide to not go through the portal, and you can get hit by the portal, but you know, I love this perk. It's my favorite. Ever since the update where you can literally turn your back against the enemy, this ability is just useless. It's so easily counterable, and the damage gain isn't really too high with how hard it is to hit. This is only good for RDM and the Alien Hunter strategy. Also, if you go for constantly killing this without them being trapped in a corner and just in a normal fight, you're a bit cringe. And if you kill that person with this fist without them throwing away their life intentionally, you're amazing. Deadshot's mainly useful for the RDM, and it doesn't even increase damage by 10. It's by like 8. So, yikes. Nope, nope, nope is exactly what you should say when you see this perk because of how bad it is and how much you shouldn't use it. So basically, you run faster from aliens. But when are you ever gonna live because of this perk? Tell me. I'm gonna currently skip Nanovirus and go to Armory Specialist. And for Armory Specialist, sometimes it doesn't even help you. Sometimes it gets you screwed. And, you know, other scenarios because it's kind of like a game perk. Perk for everyone. So you're wasting your perk slot for the game. So, yeah. Concealed Blade, where you can stab someone with your bare hands. Only useful for RDM. Very dog water. Yeah, just these are the trash perks. What do you expect? Thermal imaging. I like this perk, but you know, the information isn't good enough with people being able to waste cameras and destroy your own cameras. So yeah, dang. This perk, aka Scavenger, is another game perk. So you're wasting your perk slot for the entire lobby. Honestly, I think being able to, you know, charge up starting items should be a default mechanic, but Enemy on Board doesn't think so. This perk is trash. Nanovirus rather has very little effect or doesn't work. Make It Rain has rather works or doesn't, I don't know. And Mercenary doesn't work. So these perks are up for debate if they work or not, but whether or not Make It Rain doesn't affect gameplay, and Nanovirus basically has no effect to really affect gameplay majorly. So, time to go and talk about some stuff about, you know, Keep in mind, this was made in a very short time, aka like 30 minutes, and these are very short descriptions, so they might not require all the information. Also, this tier list is not completely accurate to what we believe, as it was made within an hour. And if you think about it, the fact that you're ordering like perks better than another instead of just putting it in a certain category would probably take more than hours and probably in fact days. So this is not the best tier list, but will still be used for future reference. Thank you, Moonlighter, for making this tier list with me, and thanks and Baki for reviewing the tier list. Yup, and that's all the disclaimer stuff. Now look at this for 45 more minutes for me, please, so I can get views.